I don't think it's a good thing to teach young artists that only the art that is obvious and quick and carefree is the art that succeeds. Like, I think that's a completely wrong approach. It's actually the opposite approach to what I grew up in, which is classical music, which every single day you are making the tiniest bit of progress. You can't see, in classical music, you don't learn a piece in a day, very rarely, to its full performance capability. Like, it's very thankless approach, you know? But that discipline and that I'm so taken by things that take a long time now. Like, that's something that has really started seeping back into my consciousness, like slow art. I think art that takes a little bit more effort to understand, art that maybe you don't get immediately. We are so conditioned now to just see things at face value, and if we don't like it, we dismiss it. Or if it isn't fast enough to enter our body, we immediately dismiss it. And when I think about the art that moves me the most, it's when I go see the ballet. I went to see Giselle at the Royal Opera with the Royal Ballet a couple of weeks ago, and it was...
I don't know that one. I don't know
It's
much.
an amazing ballet. Anyways, I was so taken by it, taken by the music, the costume production, and just watching them, all the dancers, knowing that not a single one of them got there in less than 10 years even.
Wow.
You can write a song now in seconds using AI, you know? I think all good art that stands the test of time is created through years of craft and understanding. And, you know, I may write a song in 20 minutes, but it's informed by my 20-year music education and of living on this earth. That's why I love going to see ballet or classical music, or it forces you to slow down. You have to be off your phone. Sometimes you sit there and you get a little bit bored or a little confused. And you don't know what's happening on stage unless you read the show notes. You don't know what the piece of music is about until you read it. And it's such a good practice I think all humans can benefit from being a little confused and a little bored, because things are answered a little too fast for us nowadays. I think reading a book that's really boring is really important. Pushing yourself to get through that feeling of achievement is dwindling. Like, that is such an important feeling, and I live off of that. And I get so scared that we are starting to lose that, you know?
Yeah. We're entertaining ourselves to death.
I mean, I'm one to talk. I spend hours on TikTok often, and then I feel disgusting afterwards because I've achieved nothing. I've done nothing. At the beginning of this tour, I bought watercolors with my friend, and we just decided to be terrible at something. And I spent a 3-hour plane ride painting like a little landscape, and it looked so terrible. But it like forced my brain to think differently, force my brain to also be bad at something and try to understand it simply by doing. And then I read a little bit. I was reading this book by Jerry Saltz called, I think it's How to Be an Artist or something like that. And it had all these rules about how to be a visual artist, but it was very applicable to being a singer or a musician. And I just got so inspired, and I spent 2 or 3 days completely off the internet painting and reading this book, and I immediately wrote a song that I loved. Like, I was in a backstage area. It was very uninspiring, but still, it like got my brain juices flowing. And it takes effort. This is what I've discovered. You don't accidentally create art like that. Like, it takes, you need to sit down, read a book, be bored. I think that is something that I'm really increasingly seeing the importance of, and definitely something that I'm taking with me into this year. I mean, 2 years ago, I didn't even think of AI. I didn't know the term AI. And now it's embedded in everything. I mean, of course, we need to learn to use these things, because I don't want to be the enemy of it either. But the days this year that I've spent actively trying to distance myself and be bored have been the days I've been the most creative. There's a direct line between the two.
I totally endorse everything you said. I've been trying to read more difficult books that I'm struggling and find confusing at times. And I think it's beneficial. And I think, you know,
It
and in the
is.
jazz realm,
Not in a, I literally have a song about this, so I don't want to contradict myself of, you know, Mr. Eclectic or whatever. But it is important to read something that has stood the test of time. And even if you don't understand every other word, I think it's good to not understand. We understand too much nowadays.